You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. Stay in research mode. Yeah, and this is kind of a follow-up to my last podcast on evolving in business. Man, you got to stay in research mode. You got to see what's new out there and everything. You know, at some point, when I get a chance to stop because I'm always doing something, I'm going to see what I can do with virtual reality. I think it's going to be a point where you can have live meetings. I think you can already do that. I have to check on virtual reality. Somebody let me know if they do that, or, you know, if you know of a platform that provides like virtual reality meetings or something. I think that might be the next thing. You imagine that'd be hype. You get the virtual reality glasses on and we can be in a virtual reality space doing a meeting. I see that. That's going to, if it's not happening already, it will happen. And just as an aside, usually if they introduce in technology, they already perfected it. But they usually it's like something like DARPA or something. The government agency that perfects the technology, and then they release it to certain people to make some money off of it, right? But you always want to stay on top of what's going on in whatever your vocation is, what's new, you know? Like one of the things I'm seeing is you're not seeing old style cash registers like you used to, those big clunky things. You know, people are using tablets now. People are using tablets, and it might be connected to a cash draw or something just for people who still there. But you got some places, especially a lot of small business people who might not want to deal with that big clunky thing. But they researched it. You want to see what's going on. You always want to research what's in your profession anyway, and see, okay, what's the latest thing? What people doing? You know, that's why they have trade conferences and stuff, trade shows. That's the main thing about them. They say, hey, this is what's new. You know, and that's in every field. Whether, it could be in barbering. It's like, hey, you know what? We got these new style of clippers out. Or it could be in, like, holistic medicine. I mean, shoot, I remember reading something about the growing marijuana industry, right? You know, they were advertising in this magazine, this business magazine, about the marijuana business. They were advertising this trade show that was only for professionals, you know? So you always got to see what's new, what you can do, and everything. I mean, that's just a simple thing. You want to stay in that research mode. You want to pay attention. You know, sometimes when I'm out and about, like I'll go through the business section of my local bookstore, just to see what's new, what's coming out, what people thinking about stuff. Also read the business section, but especially like when you talk about videos, man, I talked about like upgrading to another video platform for subscription. Yeah, I keep saying, I know it's going to happen because I got to make it happen, because they're going to be like, Uncle Rom said he's going to subscription. I mean, I already got a couple subscriptions. I actually prefer subscription anyway, but that's another subject for another day. But you want to stay in that mode. You don't want to get complacent. And a lot of business people lose out because they don't change with the times, or they don't research what's going on. Because see, what happened is somebody will come up with a new way of doing stuff, a more efficient way, and they'll blow you out. You know, if you got a business and they still using old clunky cash registers or something, and then somebody else got these new sleek things. Boom. Or you still using old phones. And even with the cash register thing, people getting to the point, especially with a lot of people using cards and everything, they might not even need cash. I mean, like at the Apple store. Now, I don't know how they deal with somebody who's paying in cash, but probably the way they roll probably is useless there anyway. But, you got people walking around, they just carrying like a tablet with them, they can check you out. So, I mean, and that makes it easier. You don't have to go look for anybody. And little stuff like that. You always want to research to improve what you have, right? You always want to research it. You always want to be in that mode. In fact, if you look at the economy, a lot of it has to do with research and development. Because that's important. They're looking for new ways, and more efficient ways. Especially if you look at like something like a car. That's a great example. They're researching, okay, how can we make it run faster? How can we make it more fuel efficient? How can we cut down on the emissions, right? Like one of the things I really need them to do, I want to get a Tesla, but they gotta improve the charging station. They gotta improve it. It takes too long. If somebody, and I know somebody's working on it, somebody's doing a research and development on it now. Somebody's working on it, something that could charge in like a few seconds. I know. It's like a hot charge. Somebody gonna figure it out. And I guarantee once they do that, you're gonna see a whole lot of electric cars and stuff. But that's part of the thing, researching. You want to stay researching. How can I do this better? How can I do this differently? What's new out there in my industry. All right. You want to do that. So anyway, right? This wasn't going to be too long. Y'all notice the business videos ain't coming out too long. But, I don't know, ways, sometimes they can just get to the point right away. So anyway, that's it for now. Let's go make that money.